All right, so I'm sitting here with world champion, Guyanese Elton Dharry. Elton Dharry, it's a privilege to be sitting here and having a chat with you this afternoon.
Thank you for having me here. Appreciate this.
So let us first talk about Elton Dharry, the
Yes.
little Guyanese boy. Let us talk a little bit first about, um, you know, growing up in Guyana. Where were you born? Tell us a little things like that.
I was born in Legwan, Guyana, in the Escobar River. I grew up in a family there with six kids, and my parents, and
Right.
in a village where everybody played sport and climbing trees and swimming in the trenches and the river and all that stuff. So, I grew up just like every other kid there.
In that one.
Yes, in Legwan.
All right. So
Also watch boxing
yeah.
with my older brothers. Them.
Oh, so you guys used to watch boxing since in like one.
Yes, I wasn't the biggest fan of it, but I watched it because what the older, the people
Okay,
around me
okay.
were doing. So I
Yeah,
did
I
that.
know.
Yeah.
Back in those days,
Yes.
boxing was huge,
Huge.
huge,
Yes.
huge in
Yes.
Guyana. All right, so let's talk about your
Yeah.
early years in East New York.
Yeah. Well, my early years in East New York wasn't, too fun. Fun, but not fun at sometimes.
Yeah,
I always find myself in a fight here and there in East New York, Brooklyn.
and I'm told that during the summertime, the elders in the community will block off the streets, and you guys will have street fights.
Yes, we blocked the street, not we, but they blocked the street off, and we duke it out in the street, really.
Yeah, and I heard that you were one of the favorites there.
Yes, because I looked like the guy that wasn't gonna fight or scared to fight, and was the one who was always willing to, throw hands. So
But those fights, you guys wore boxing gloves. Were there any rules? Anything like
most
that?
of the times there were no gloves, no rules really. When I started boxing, I have boxing gloves, and we
Oh,
started using gloves sometimes, some days, but it was mostly without.
showed up and defend,
Yes.
put it throw down.
Yes.
All right, but where did the interest in boxing came from?
From watching it.
From
From
watching it.
watching it, the same East New York growing up, and the high school. I went to Franklin K. Lane High School, and that, over there was a fight as well. So,
Okay, but why
yeah.
not? Why not? I'm sure you watch cricket too in
Yeah, I
East New
love
York,
cricket. I
right?
still
That's
watch
what
cricket.
I'm asking you. That's why I'm trying to ask you now.
Yeah.
Like, why not cricket? Why boxing?
Um, I felt like I was going nowhere with cricket.
All right.
Here in New York, I was going nowhere. I needed, something else to do, and boxing was the one that got me. I played soccer and I played handball and I played every sport that I could physically play, and boxing is the one that I was drawn to more.
How did you know that one day you'll be fighting at an international, watching the guys on TV and saying that one day I'll be doing this? Ignited.
From watching it more than from fighting, from fighting, actual fighting, it's just. And the first fight I had, it was at 28th Street in Manhattan, the gym, Kingsway Boxing. That's where my first
All right.
amateur fight was as a young teenager.
So let me ask you: you're watching these
Yeah.
guys on television fighting, and you ever thought that one day I will be there fighting for a world champion or a title or something like that?
Well, before I started boxing, I set goals in boxing, really.
You said goals.
I've set goals. I wrote myself a letter and all that stuff, the goals that I
Nice,
want to accomplish in boxing.
nice.
And I happened to train and see some of the fighters I watch on HBO and
Yeah,
Showtime and ESPN. I've been around them in the gym, in Gleason's gym, and I've seen them. So that alone helped me get more motivation and,
yeah.
excitement to do it.
Because I got a secret to tell you.
Yeah.
I like boxing too. I remember Terrence Ali and
Okay, okay.
I remember Guyanese Terrence Ali and Mike Tyson was my favorite.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I happened to train in the gym when Mike Tyson was he was still an active fighter, I mean. And
Nice.
I got to see him live in person and train in Gleason's, yeah.
Oh, nice, 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 nice.
Yes.
All right, and I'm told that you are Guyanese to the core.
Yes.
I know of your love for your homeland, the country
Yes.
you were
Yes.
born in, and I'm told that every time you are preparing for a fight or you want to get a fight in there, you're always talking about taking the championship fight again. Let's
Oh
talk a little
yes,
bit about
definitely. Right from the start, I've always represented Guyana. When I fought here in New York, started boxing here in New York, I fought in the tournaments here in New York, the Golden Gloves, the New York Metros, the U.S. Nationals. I represented New York in the U.S. Nationals. But when I fought in Olympic box-off, I represented Guyana. And when I had my professional debut, my late trainer Patrick Ford took me back to Guyana and made my professional debut there. And since then, I've set goals to take home championship fights to Guyana, and I've been doing so. And we're working on bigger ones now.
Well, before we talk about what was coming, let us talk a little bit about your first time going to Guyana to fight. Tell us what that feeling was like.
Yeah, that feeling just rushed back to me, that home feeling, that heat, that excitement. But I
Yeah.
was, of course, nervous and, was afraid of losing the fight as well. So I had all that running through my mind when I come home. I got to win and I have to show up and, represent myself and the people.
And what happened on that night, the night of the fight?
The night of the fight, I was very nervous. You can't wait to get in the ring. Preparing for a fight, you just can't wait. And we had a blackout in the locker room. I had to wait a little bit more. So a little bit more nervous, a little bit more afraid of losing.
A power outage, because
Yes,
people
a
might
power-
think you blocked out.
No. Yeah, power outage.
Power
yes,
outage, yeah. Yeah.
So
that-
I remember that, that feeling I had, that gut feeling, man, just let's get this going. And I had to wait a little bit more.
and how did that night end?
Great. I think I made my name that night in Ghana because no one was expecting me to perform the way I did.
And when you get out there in the ring,
I get out there and I perform better than everyone expected me to perform. People were a little nervous with me when they see me for the first time.
yeah.
They see me in the newspaper after years of not being in Guyana, and they see me with a six-pack or I look a certain way in the newspaper. They thought I was like this big guy.
Yeah.
They don't pay attention to the visuals. They just think I'm this big guy when they see me as a small guy. Then now they're afraid for me.
Yeah.
But once the fight starts, I perform well. I knock my opponent down the first round actually.
Nice.
Yes.
All right, so let us talk about the stuff that you got coming up now. I know that you're working on something big for Guyana, so and I know that you cannot reveal everything right now.
Yes.
We're gonna keep our listeners and viewers in a little bit of suspense. Yeah,
Yes.
right. But whatever you can reveal, I heard that you're working on a major title fight for Guyana. So that title fight where you're going to be involved. You're hoping to go fight in Guyana one more time.
Yes, well, I am trying to defend my belt. Not trying, I will defend my WBC title and also take the WBA organization to Guyana, fight for WBA gold. It's the first time two of the two biggest organizations in boxing, the WBC and WBA, will have a unified fight in Guyana. It's for the first time, so I'm
Wow.
happy about that. We are just working things out behind the scene.
All right, but you are the WBA international
No,
champion.
I am the
right?
WBC international
WBC
champion.
international champion. And
Also, also fighting for the WBA Gold Championship. We are bringing two of the biggest organization in boxing to Guyana.
okay,
Yes.
got you. So you're putting your title on the line.
Yes, I'm putting my title on the line.
And you are also going to be fighting for the other title.
Yes, the WBA title. We are waiting to confirm both organization on the same, for the same fight. I don't think we ever had a unified title fight in Guyana with the two biggest organization.
In
But,
boxing.
yeah, the two title on the line. So.
And this fight will be broadcast where?
Yeah, this fight is going to be broadcast on Guyana TV network. There's an app, you can download it. If you care to watch this fight, wherever you are in the world, you can download this app and watch this fight.
All right, so wherever around the world you are, you can download the Guyana TV app, be able to watch this fight on your cell phone or your mobile device, and also to those of you who have the wherewithal to travel to Guyana to support support
Yes.
our boy Elton Dharry. We encourage you to travel to Guyana, come and watch the fight, come ringside, and to those of you in Guyana, we encourage you to come out, buy a ticket, come out and watch world class championship boxing in Guyana, of course.
Yes.
And if there's if we're shifting gears, if there's any young boy or girl, girls are in the sport now, of course, the sport of boxing, any young boy or girl who look up to you and wanting to have a career like yours.
If this is what they want, this route they want to go, I believe you got to believe in yourself, and be disciplined, be determined. There's gonna be people around that's gonna try to discourage you, but you gotta surround yourself with the right people. Get with the right people because they play a major role in your success. The right team around you. I mean, you can be the best at anything, but if you don't have the right people around you, you go nowhere really.
I agree with you
Yes.
100%. All right, so like I said, brother, I'll be there ringside, and I'll be there supporting you, and nothing short of a victory.
Yes.
Are you excited about that?
Yeah, I'm very excited about that. I want to say thank you to Mr. Mohammed Khan and the Guyana TV Network app for covering this fight. If you are a fan wherever you are around the world and you want to see this fight, download the Guyana TV Network app and you can watch this fight. It's available anywhere. And for the people who live in Guyana and around the area where I'm gonna fight, buy a ticket and come support.
I want to say thank you very much to Elton Dharry for sitting down with me, giving me this privilege
Yeah.
to sit down with a world champion, and of course a world champion that has the same background like myself, Guyanese, and of course I'm proud to call you friend. Good luck, my brother.
Thank you.
All right.